Welcome back to the table. I'm Kim Ganassin. Well, we just got finished talking about how do I do it with the readings, right? Okay, so let's go into how do I do it with vibrational entrainment therapy. Okay, let's first clarify what vibrational entrainment therapy is. Why do I call it therapy? Because it's therapeutic. And this is how it goes. Okay. Remember your spectrum of consciousness. Okay. Your spectrum of consciousness is vibrational. Okay. You are vibration. Everything is vibration, right? Okay. So you are a spectrum of vibrations, right? You're not just one. You're all kinds of vibrations, if I'm being honest with you. Even just in one place on your spectrum, even just as a three-dimensional human being with your three-dimensional aspect of consciousness, you're still incredibly vibrationally complex. But keep in mind that your entire spectrum is a spectrum of vibration. All right? It's a lot like light, right? Light exists as a spectrum, and so do human beings. All right? So does consciousness exist as a spectrum. Okay, so when I talk about vibrational entrainment, I'm talking about your vibration in whatever part of your spectrum you're on becoming the same as my vibration. Okay, it's really us becoming one to some extent. All right? Now, if you are someone who, took physics class or something like that in high school or college, and they say that, no two things can take up the same space at the same time. That is only true in the third dimension, because when you get beyond the third dimension into the fourth and beyond, you can actually become one with something else. But the key is the same space at the same time. Space and time are different when you get off of the planet and out of the third dimension. Okay? So, what happens with vibrational entrainment is when your 4D aspect, your 4D vibration becomes one with somebody else's 4D vibration. And it can happen while you're in the third dimension in your body, because you are a thread of consciousness that does not get broken. Up and down your spectrum, there is no break in the thread at all. No break at all. Okay? So it's just you being your fourth dimensional you, and someone else being their fourth dimensional them, and then bringing those two vibrations together as one. Okay? Now, some of us can experience this vibrational entrainment when we are in a very deep state of surrendering to love. Okay? You might have experienced it with a partner. Maybe you've experienced it with your child. It's a very deep and overwhelming sense of surrender to love. That creates vibrational entrainment. Well, I'm going to have to tell you something. When I vibrationally entrain with my clients, it's because of love. It really is. In order for me to want to go to my 4D aspect in a lucid way and meet you in your 4D aspect when you are not lucid, there's only one thing that would ever make me want to become one with you, and that's love. Okay? So my love for my clients is what allows me to become one with them, which is what vibrational entrainment is. Now, why do I do it? Why do I do that? because I'm committed to helping my clients, and you if you're not my client, experience the 4D aspect of themselves. Okay, I want you to be lucid and experience your 4D aspect. Why? Because that's the evolutionary path that we are on, and I'm here to support that for as many people as possible, hence YouTube. Okay? Now, let's say you've called me up and you said, Kim, I want to do vibrational entrainment. Why do my clients want to do vibrational entrainment? What is it about vibrational entrainment that I've told them that makes them want to do it? Well, it's that lucidity, right? It's that lucidity. Trying to be lucid in one step further from their everyday 3D consciousness. Okay? But it's also the vibrational experience. 4D vibrates differently than 3D. So when you've experienced 4D while in your third dimensional body, it registers in your nervous system. That 4D vibration registers in your nervous system. Okay? And that's a very good thing, because that means now you have a bridge within your own body to consciousness of your 4D self and beyond. That's success. And that's my goal every time I do vibrational entrainment with someone. Okay, so now let's look at the scenario where we've decided we're going to do this. I call you up on the day of your appointment for vibrational therapy. You are laying down in a safe, quiet place with privacy. Okay, and I say, Joe, are you ready to start? Joe says yes. And so we hang up the phone. I take a breath, give him 10 seconds or so to relax, and then I go to my 4-dimensional self, my 4D aspect. I travel across space, right? There's not really any space, but I connect with you in your 4D aspect from across space. Okay? I am lucid, so I can feel everything that you're feeling. And I go into your nervous system and I just touch it a little bit vibrationally. And with my 4D aspect all opened up, I allow your nervous system to experience 4D through me. Okay? And in the course of a few minutes or less, for some people, you will be able to start to feel your 4D aspect open up, because your nervous system already knows what 4D is about. Your brain doesn't. Okay, your mind doesn't. Not your brain, but your mind doesn't. Your 3D consciousness doesn't quite get it, right? So if I'm contacting you in your spine, I say nervous system and I mean your spine, and I'm holding my hands like this because this is literally what I do. I find you in 4D and I go like this. I touch your spine. I introduce my 4D vibration to you, and then you decide if you'd like to open up to your own 4D aspect. And I spend the time supporting you wherever you need in your nervous system, branched out all over your body. I support you there to try to help you do what you want to do while you're in your 4D aspect. Now, a lot of people fall asleep while they are getting vibrational entrainment, or they go into this sort of dreamy half sleep. Well, guess what? That's your clue that your 4D aspect is opened up, because that is what 4D is. And you are normally asleep when you experience your 4D aspect, right? You're normally asleep as you're doing your lucid dreaming thing. And so a lot of people, when they experience my 4D aspect and they start to open up to theirs, they either fall asleep or they go into this dreamy half sleep and they start to explore. That's what vibrational entrainment therapy is. I'm very proud of that work. And I'm proud of my clients who choose to take this ride. It's the real deal. And this type of work is for people who really do want to feel and become lucid. Okay? Now, it can be done for people who are not really looking to become lucid and just need sort of a deeper level of vibrational healing that can only come from within themselves. I go in vibrationally and I stimulate their own internal healing aspect. So it is not just for people who want to become lucid. It's also a really special healing experience for someone who is working on their 3D, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So there it is, Vibrational Entrainment Therapy. I welcome your questions, as always. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Take care.